Today we're going to be looking at the Hurricane Whirl Afghan. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel Kazzalistic, and hi to my new subscribers. Thank you very much for joining me. So today we're going to be looking at this Afghan. Now I've done this baby blanket size, but this can go up to basically any size you want it to. It's basically a never-ending pattern. It doesn't lie completely flat. I have taken a photograph of how I laid it out on the blocking board, so you'll be able to see what it's like. So parts of it do sort of, you know, overlap, sort of, you know, like that. It's very hard to show you when you're holding it up, but as you can see, it's like, so it's not a blanket that will lay completely flat, but it is an absolutely beautiful pattern. So you've got this spiral effect that goes out from the middle. And then you've got these second spirals that start part way up. Now I've used a couple of different yarns in this project. I think it's come out really lovely. It's worked well with the yarn, really pretty. I'm so pleased with this this project. So the pattern I've used actually is a paid for pattern, which I managed to get for free. I'm actually thinking about doing a tips and tricks video for finding patterns for free, because I very rarely pay for patterns. So it was somebody, actually, I can't remember if it was a designer or somebody else, had actually posted, the designer had a coupon code. This is one of the crochet groups on Facebook, and the coupon code, it allowed you to basically get one pattern for free. This was quite a few weeks ago. She has actually had another coupon code since then, so I do have another of her patterns which I got for free. So it's called the Hurricane Whirl Afghan, and it's by trifleandtreasuresweebly.com. So there's the name of the pattern. So you can see how the spiral effect works a bit more there. So there's the name of the pattern, and that's the website, should you need it, but I will do the link for the pattern down in the description. I really liked this pattern. Basically the front page, I'm not really giving anything away here, tells you what materials to use. Gauge is not important. Oh, sorry, knocking the tripod. Gauge is not important. Finish size is your choice. So it's a lovely pattern, and obviously tells you what stitches will be involved, which is a chain stitch. You're obviously working in the round, single crochet, which is double crochet in UK terms, half double crochet, which is half trebles in the UK, and slip stitch. So there's not a lot of stitches you need to know, and it's actually quite a simple pattern. So you literally only have one sheet that is actual instructions. Beautifully written, lovely and easy to follow. I do recommend having a stitch counter or some way of marking your rows, just while you get going, just until you get the basic, because once you've got the idea of the basic pattern, it's actually very simple. So the yarns I've used for the main body, so this central yarn that's outside of the border, it's a beautiful yarn. It's got pale blues. I don't know how, my lighting is terrible today, I do apologise. It's come over very dark and gloomy. I think we're going to have a rainstorm here in the UK. It's not very good weather today. So you've got pale blues, there's lilacs, there are some pale greens in it as well, and sort of creamy white colour. So it's really pretty. It'd be a good unisex blanket, because it could be for a boy or a girl if you don't actually know what sex that you're making for. So the inside, the main bulk of the blanket was made using some yarn that Jan very kindly donated for me, Jan Carruthers. I will link her channel down in the description and in the end cards at the end of the video. So the yarn is James C. Brett Baby Marble DK, and the shade is BM3. And I apologise for my nails, I haven't actually taken my nail varnish off, and I should have done. There we go. And it's just variegated yarn. So I had 2 balls, very kindly donated by Jan, and this is how much I had left over. It's just a very tiny amount. It just wasn't enough to do another round, so I've got a tiny little bit left over. And then for the outside colours, what I've done is I've done 2 rows in the green, 2 rows in the blue, continuing the actual pattern along, and then the lilac I've actually done a border which is in single crochet, and the rest of the project is in half double crochet. That's US terms, so it's double crochet border or half treble if you're in the UK. So the green, blue and lilac are as follows. The green is by Woolcraft. It's Baby Care DK. So I get a lot of glare from my window when I'm trying to film. Baby Care DK. And the shade for this one is 606. So basically it's just a pale green Baby DK. This was donated by Kim. So that's Blue Cherub 82. So again, I will link her channel down in the description and in the end cards. The blue, I started a new ball and I've wound up what's left. So I've obviously got loads left over. So again, it's Woolcraft Baby DK. So same yarn again, just in a different colour, and the shade is 603. So that's that one. So I've only used a small amount for the borders. And the last yarn, which I've caked up, I did use quite a lot of this. It's a lot thinner. It's actually a thinner yarn than the DKs. Was the Ann Goodness Baby yarn by Red Heart, which the lovely Pearl sent to me. So thank you to Jan and Kim and Pearl for this, because it's a team effort. And the shade colour is 00591, and it's really teeny tiny right there. If it ever decides to focus. No, camera doesn't like it, sorry about that. So the colour is 00591. So I've still got a fair bit of that left over, but it did use quite a lot of the ball. I'd say probably about half. This is a number 3 weight yarn if you're in the US. So it is actually slightly thinner than a DK here in the UK. So I actually did 4 rounds instead of 3 like I did for the other colours, and that's purely for that reason alone. The James, they're all the yarns are 100% acrylic. The James C. Brett, just seeing if it's got any yardage. Nope. James C. Brett doesn't have yardage on it. The Red Heart yarn, oh actually was 100, sorry I got that wrong. The Red Heart yarn was actually 80% acrylic and 20% nylon. I didn't realise that. It goes to help if you check your facts correctly, doesn't it? And I don't think it has yardage on that either. Nope, that doesn't say either. That's helpful, isn't it? Trying to give you full facts. And the Woolcraft Baby DK actually does have yardage on it, and it's 300 metres. That is 100% acrylic as well, so that would be the same for both the green and the blue. So sorry about that for those that, you know, like the yardage, but it wasn't on there. Okay, so as far as the pattern goes, it's super simple. You basically start with a chain which you join with a slip stitch. You're then doing chains that are all the same length, and then obviously joining them down into your starting ring. You then, on the last one, you do a single crochet into the last loop once you've done your last loop, and then sort of the next row round. How well I can show you. You do a single crochet there. You then do another chain, which basically is being attached. So you're getting another set of loops here. So you're single crocheting to attach into the top of each previous chain. So as you can see, you've got a loop there, loop there, loop there, right the way round. And then that's basically your foundation. And then what you do, and each row basically grows. So round 3 basically starts your pattern off, and you do 2, this is in US terminology by the way, 2 half double crochets in the first loop. You then chain 3, you half double crochet into the next stitch, work 2 half double crochet into the next loop, and you repeat that 7 times. So that's your basically the start of your pattern. And then for your next round you chain 3, you skip the first half double crochet, and you half double crochet into the rest of the stitches, so it's 2 for the first row, and work 2 half double crochet in the loop. So basically what, it sounds very complicated, but trust me, it really isn't. So the half double, see, this is your chain 3 here, and actually you have there is actually a half double crochet loop just here. That's the one that you skip, so it's actually quite easy to ignore it. And then basically all you're doing for each round is your half double crocheting, this is US terminology, into every stitch until you've done all your stitches. So let's say if we're doing this right up to here, you then do 2 half doubles into the chain space, skip the next half double, which basically allows you to have a nice clean section, half double crochet, 2 half double crochet into the chain 3 space, skip 1 stitch, and so on. So it's actually, and each row, basically the number of stitches that you do basically increases this way as you go across. Now when you get to, can't remember which row it was, I can't remember the exact row number, but I'm trying to glance through the pattern and it's not jumping out at me. Basically all you're doing is you do your normal 2 half double crochet into the chain 3 space, you do 1 2 3 4 5 half double crochets, you skip 2 half double crochets, do a chain 3, and then continue the sequence. So basically you create another loop, and then the rest of the pattern from once that you've done that round onwards, it's exactly the same for each section all the way round. So you end up with the starting spiral and then this secondary spiral here, and that's all there is to it. It's a bit tricky to explain, but it's really simple to do. It's not as complicated as it sounds, I promise. I really enjoyed this because this has actually been on hospital trips with me. It's been to the hospital a couple of times with me and I've done work on it. It's been a nice one when you're sitting watching TV. I haven't had to count. The only thing you do have to watch for is just make sure you put the 2 half double crochets in the chain 3 space, otherwise it can mess up the direction of your spiral. But as long as you do that, it's no problem. You don't really need to count. Once you've got the general gist of it, you really don't need to count. What I've done with the this bit, the colours weren't really popping enough, so in the main part of the blanket. So what I've done is I've done 2 rows of the normal half double crochet pattern in the green and the blue, and then for the border she recommends doing single crochets. This is US terminology, or double crochet if you're in the UK. And so what I've done is I've just single crocheted in every stitch, and I've done 3 single crochets into the chain 3 space just to keep it even. Work that all the way around, and I've actually done 4 rounds. Obviously rounds 2, 3 and 4 are just into each stitch, and that's created a nice border and obviously stops the spiral effect, so it does make it look like it's finished. So that's all I've done. It's really simple. Like I say, it's not an easy one to explain, but it's really simple to do. I just think the effect is so pretty. Be a good one for swaddling babies up as well. So it's a beautiful. This was another project that I really enjoyed doing. So I highly recommend this. It doesn't take a lot of paper when you're printing, so pattern wise, you know, it's not taking half a ream of paper like some of them do. It is a paid for pattern, but just look out for offers that are on, you know, crochet groups, particularly on Facebook, because quite often designers do have coupon codes, and that's a good time to grab stuff. So you never know, I might do a tips and tricks video at some point. Probably not in the foreseeable future unless there's a huge demand for it, but I do like picking up patterns for free. I just can't afford to pay for a lot of them. So yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you liked it, and I hope you liked the blanket. It's a bit hard to kind of show it all and fit it on the screen, so I can only lean back so far, but I will attach a picture at the end where it is pinned to the board, and I have got it so it's ruffled, so you can see where it's overlapping itself, so you can sort of see that it is possible to lay it flat. It just doesn't lay flat as a circle. You'll see what I mean when you see the picture. So that's it. So that project will be going off to the refugee project, Woolly Hugs, which is a charity here in the UK if you haven't heard of them. So I will do the links for their website and their Facebook group down in the description. So this will be going off for a refugee, so obviously somebody that's got a baby, they will have something warm to wrap their baby in the winter. So special thanks to Jan and Kim and Pearl for the yarn. It is very much a team effort on this channel with the charity work that I'm producing, and you guys quite often do the supplying. So thank you ever so much, ladies. I really do appreciate it. So that's it for the craft bit. Life update. Usual boring stuff really. We did have our smart meters put in for the gas and electric last week. It went fairly okay. They didn't transfer the new credit over straight away. So that almost caused a problem, but we managed to sort it out, and we put a bit of a rocket up their bottoms on the telephone, and we now have our credit back. I've tried to use the card to go to a pay point to top up. I can top up online, which does work, but I went to 2 shops near where I live, and both shops had a problem putting the card through. One couldn't refund my bank card, so I'm now £30 down. And so the woman in the shop's trying to sort that out as we speak, so I'm hoping I'm going to get my money back before the end of the day. And yeah, we've phoned the company and they hadn't registered the top-up card, so that was helpful, wasn't it? So yeah, so that's been a bit of an annoyance today. But other than that, it's been pretty drama free. My car is in for an MOT as we speak. I've had it serviced as well. There was one issue which is going to obviously cost me a little bit more. I had a leak on the water pump, so that's been replaced. So I'm hoping there's nothing else, so I'm waiting to it'll probably be the end of the day before I hear whether it's passed or not. So fingers crossed it's passed, because it's going to cost a lot of money. It's the only thing about having a car, they cost a lot of money. So fingers crossed that's gone through okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the life updates. You know, I have a normal boring life, unfortunately. So what have you guys been up to? What are you making? Are you making, is it safe to say Christmas now? I haven't done any Christmas shopping. I haven't made anything for Christmas. I'm really behind this year. Probably going to get super stressed when December comes. I hate the stress of it. I love the day. I love Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Don't think you have Boxing Day anywhere else, but here in the UK, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. So it's another bank holiday. So everyone gets well, most people, unless you work in a shop, get the day off. So I do enjoy Christmas ever such a lot. I love all the decorations and everything. I just hate the stress, both financially and obviously physically going and getting stuff as well, because I'm not only buying for my family, I'm having to do my friend's shopping as well, so I have double whammy. But those of you who are married will probably know what it's like. You probably have to do shopping for your husbands, don't you? So say no more. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, got the divorce. Anyway, I'm going to stop there for today. So the next video, I haven't actually made it, but I'm actually planning to do a poppy. It will be Remembrance Day on Saturday and Remembrance Sunday the following day, so it seemed very apt this year to actually do it for this coming weekend. So I haven't made it yet, but that's the plan for the next video. I haven't planned any further than that, so but just to give you a little idea of what's up and coming. I just want to say thank you everybody for all your support, you know, that's been ongoing. I do love hearing from you in the comments, so be rest assured if you comment I always try and respond. So that's it for today. I hope you're well wherever you are in the world, and Donna, get well soon. Just had to do one little shout out for a special lady. But wherever you are, please remember to look after yourself and keep yourself healthy. It's really, really important. I'm talking to myself here as well on that one. So, yeah, what are you working on? Are you working on Christmas presents? Probably can't tell me what you're working on, but if you can, I'd love to know. It's really interesting to see what other people do for Christmas presents, because it's not always the standard stuff, you know, hats and scarves. And some people do some really interesting stuff, so I'd love to know what you're working on. So that's it. So until next time, remember to stay well, happy crafting, and until next time, remember to stay true to yourself. Bye.